Okay, hi everybody. I'm Uriah Kiser. I'm the publisher of Potomac Local News, and today we're going to be talking with Triune Entertainment. Triune. See, I'm lovely with names. Did I get that right? Triune Entertainment. Triune.
Yes,
Triune. Fantastic.
yeah, thank you.
Matt and Renee are on the podcast with us today, and they're going to be doing Annie right in the Vint Hill area, and this is not Triune's first time on our podcast, so we're happy that you guys are back, Matt and Renee. Matt's producer, Renee is the director of the show. Matt, we'll start with you. Tell us about the upcoming show, and again, appreciate you coming back on.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we are thrilled. We are just thrilled to do Annie. You know, when we were first discussing what we were going to do for our late fall show this season, we were back and forth about a lot of options, and Annie kept popping up. Renee had been kind of nagging me about it for a while. And then a few other friends, and then one of the other owners was nagging me about it. And my first reaction with Annie, because I've seen it 1,000 times because I have daughters, my first reaction was everybody has seen this show, and everybody's seen it at a high school or elementary school. And why are they going to come and see this, right? Like, you know, why are they going to come see us do this? And they just kind of kept beating me about the head and shoulders until they finally gave me two really good reasons. I'll let Renee give one of them, because Renee has a really great story that when the director can put heart into something, it shows and it shines. So I'll let her share that one. But the other reason is my friend Rob, who's the guy who runs Upper Room. He said, yeah, a lot of people have seen Annie Jr. or Annie, but they haven't seen it done really well by adults. And that got me thinking, you know, and I said, hey, you know, okay, if we're going to put a package together for this, I want this to be a really strong dance show. Not just the show you're used to. You know, we want to make this one really slick and really pro and really, you know, kind of high end and fun. And then we were fortunate to be able to put together a team that just defines those things. Our vocal director, Kate Murray, is this phenomenal award-winning professional, both singing and performing in her own right in various opera societies, as well as directing great shows. She's, among other things, she's done Jersey Boys and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and gosh, how many other things? And it's just been an absolute joy to work with over the years. And Christy Demnansky is this phenomenal choreographer. She's worked with me on a number of projects as well. And she along with Kate, were with me on Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat last spring, excuse me. And Christy's just got the right head for it. And so she's bringing us all kinds of tappers, and she's bringing us all kinds of folks. And then we had this extraordinary talent base come out. I mean, we have talent like you're not going to believe. It's been so fun. Just recently, we folded in our dog Remy, who's playing Sandy, and Remy's won an
national award. I do want to talk to you about that, because you guys did a unique casting call. I read about that, so that's a lot of fun. Renee, let me bring you in here, and I want to ask you. This story takes us back to 1930s New York City. So if you're not, as Matt says, if you're not like everybody and you haven't seen this show, right? This show takes place really in a time of struggle and a time of, it's a difficult time. So how do you think your cast brought this era to life?
Oh, that's a great question. So yeah, we are actually diving into that a lot with costumes and the feel of this piece and what it meant to be, you know, living in the time of the Depression, right? And how that would affect you as a person. There's a great number called Hooverville, which they actually addressed the song to Hoover. Who was the president at the time during the Great Depression. And you also get to deal with Roosevelt, who's actually in the show, and see him and everything like that. And it's just really fun to explore that history, honestly, with each of the characters and how things have changed, but how things are very similar in different ways too. And bringing that modern, like, you know, understanding to this show is actually why I think this show has lived for 50 years. It's almost, I think it's in 2 years, it'll have its 50th anniversary. And so that's why this show is exciting to do, kind of, because it has still, you know, modern.
Nope, we may have lost him.
Did we lose him?
We may have lost him.
Okay.
We're waiting. Make sure you bring up Andy's turning 103 in a few days.
Is it 103? Oh,
yeah.
there you
It's her 103rd birthday. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, and apparently Annie is turning 103 from the comic books, because it was a comic book first.
Her birthday's coming up in a couple days. Yeah.
Days. And I just want to, so, you know, when I'm looking at shows and stuff, I always want to go like, well, why should this director do this show? And this is one of the shows that I felt very attached to because I found out I couldn't have children of my own in about 2011. And so, and I hadn't met my husband yet, but I did find him shortly after finding out that. And we got married and we decided we were going to foster kids to adopt. And so we ended up with 3 siblings. In about 2018, they moved in with us. We adopted them during COVID 2020, the 2020 struggle. And so I have a really big heart for orphans and for the whole foster care system. And so this show was very special to me, just being now a mother to 3 kids who went through the system. And something that I kind of wanted to showcase and bring back up and, you know, bring these themes up again into our local community. So
that's absolutely amazing. I mean, like, what is it through your experience? I mean, do you see any parallels between this story and your real life story? I mean, just what an amazing opportunity for you to be able to bring this to the stage.
Yeah, there are a couple. I mean, the most interesting thing is that I feel like orphans kind of get shoved to the side sometimes, or the foster care system, or it's like, oh, somebody else will take care of that kind of a thing. Now my kids did end up going into like an orphanage for a little bit of time, but their orphanage, they said, was pretty okay. They did go through different foster homes, and some of them were not. They have some stories that were kind of interesting. So it is kind of this thing of these children that are kind of forgotten a little bit, you know, or not really treated like the other kids that were in the house, kind of, because they weren't the actual kids of the parents. And so that, I think, is kind of a universal thing, you know, because these kids with Miss Hannigan aren't treated very well either, right? They're kind of they have a whole song about how they're kind of forgotten. No one cares about them and stuff like that. And I think that feeling, even if you're in a foster care home, I think that feeling of like, you know, does somebody care about me is really important. And so I do think that that is a parallel that my kids have faced, as well as the kids in Annie.
Well, tell us about your bright, talented group of orphans that you're bringing to the stage here.
Oh,
tell us about
They're
that.
awesome.
We have such great orphans. Let me tell you, they make me laugh all the time. They really, really bring it. And man, are they professional. You'd think that they were adults with how they're very mature and learning their lines and getting their blocking down and getting the choreography down, which is difficult for kids to do all that. We've got our Annie, her name is Allison Crane, and she has done things in DC and everything. She's fantastic. We do have an understudy for her as well. And she's actually amazing too. Our understudy is fantastic. You know, and she's going to get 2 shows of her own too. So it's not just understudy, but she'll be doing our matinees on Saturday. And yeah, but our group of orphans, and they're really coming together as a family, which is really, really fun to see when your cast actually starts to meld together and create this family unit. And they really care about each other and they want each other to succeed, and they're helping each other on the sides and everything.
Yeah.
Really, honestly,
Renee, that's amazing. I watched that a couple of times. I haven't been able to be at every rehearsal, but when I have, they're teaching each other things. They're not, you know, there's no competition. It's how can I do this with you? How can I? It's really been fun to watch them kind of gel. They bring the party.
Yeah.
And you have a big party, a big cast. I'm looking at your cast list. It's lengthy. I mean, you have a big company here to bring the stage together.
Do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Matt, I want to talk about those auditions that you held. Is it for Sandy is the canine that is going to be in the show, or and you found a unique way to hold these auditions, unusual, unique, fun, but you involved the community while doing it. So please talk to me about the auditions for your canine.
Well, I want to tell you that's what happened. That was our plan. So you may end up editing this out because it's not all that exciting. But we had this great big plan to do it, and then there were a lot of like, oh, this dog is going to cost us $5,000, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen. And so we finally just sort of found somebody and then that fell through, and then we found somebody else that didn't. So the search for Sandy was actually a treasure hunt, not an audition. But we so I wish we had a different experience. But what we ended up was with the right Sandy. So there's a little struggle there, but when it worked out, it's been phenomenal, because just to tell you, Remy, she is a riot. We've got a little bit of video. I can't show it here, but we have a little bit of video of her reacting, and like instantly she was already following the commands. Come here, Sandy. Come here, boy. Things like that. All that stuff. She's a really great dog and well trained. She's been on Wrigley Field at a photo shoot. She's been in commercials. She's a pro.
Okay.
And so we're really charged to share her with you.
Well, that's cool. And for anybody who may be listening, like, well, what was Uriah talking about? That you guys were initially going to hold auditions at the Vint Hill Dog Park, and so I guess the idea was members of the community could come out to the dog park, already a popular spot,
right?
And you were going to sort of do on the spot auditions out, in the wild, as it were.
Would have been cool, and maybe we'll do another one in the future. But the end result was we got the right Sandy, and that was the most important thing.
That's awesome.
You guys are gonna love her. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, the show runs November 6th through the 16th. I'll let you guys give all the details, how to get tickets. So please, this is plug it, talk about it, carry us, so take us home.
Well, how about I'll do the nuts and bolts, and then Renee can do the emotional. How's that? She can do the sell. So our tickets are available at our website, triuneentertainment.com. You'll also see a number of other upcoming productions on there. Our remaining season includes Prince of Egypt and Tick, Tick, Boom. We're very excited. So, as well as information about our extremely long-running improv troupe, Fools, that's been in continuous operation for 28 years. Nonstop. And I met Renee, actually. She came and joined the improv team. That's how we met. But you can buy tickets on our website, and the Vint Hill Theater, not the Vint Hill Theater, what am I saying? The Journey Theater in Vint Hill is a wonderful state-of-the-art facility, 300 plus seats, beautiful audio, lighting, and everything else. And it's right down the street from a winery or two, a brewery, a really fantastic pizza place. Shout out to Jackleg, and to a couple of coffee shops, and just a lot. It's about 15 minutes off of Route 66 from Gainesville. So, it's a commitment, but it's a good one. And
and you can make a whole day of it. I mean, really, it really is a full day of entertainment. When you go out there, there's so much, down in that area. So it's a great place to be doing this.
One other thing for you, Uriah, two of the shows, the two Saturday shows, have special pre-show entertainment as well. In addition to the pre-show stuff we're doing in the lobby, we have some fun things happening, fun activities in the lobby. But also before the shows, the first Saturday, Fools Improv will be performing a set for 20 minutes prior to the show. And the second Saturday, Frankie and the Urchins, which is a Frankie Valli cover band, is performing. And the way we know them at all is I recently closed Jersey Boys over at FCT, and those four guys were my Jersey Boys, and they ended up becoming a band on their own afterwards.
Oh, wow, that's cool. That's our next.
So they're
that's our next podcast, right? There.
So they're well, I'll put you in touch, but they're going to come and perform for us and do a selection of things, some stuff from the '60s, but also some things from the '30s. So it'll be a really good time. Highly recommend those two Saturdays, because you'll get a lot for your money. Get a bang for your buck. And Renee, I'll pass the ball over to you. So.
Yeah, and everybody is welcome to Annie. There is no age restriction. It's going to be for all family, definitely family friendly entertainment, and a good time, honestly. So I'm really excited to present this to the community, and I really hope you come out to see it.
Okay, well, that's awesome. We'll put the description, the link, all that stuff, information as well in this video, of course, on our website at Potomac Local. .com. Matt, Renee, thanks so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate you.
All right.